This is episode number 131 of the Homeowners Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to Homeowners Show. We're glad that you could join us for this fine episode that we've prepared for you diligently.
Yeah, we spent a whole lot of time on this.
Yes.
I mean, I've spent a lot of time on it. Maybe not so much you.
I've spent zero time on this.
That's about
Other
right.
than cracking the can on this lovely Fresca.
Yeah, the Fresca. Hey, low carb.
Don't dog the Fresca.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
No. How you doing, Kev?
Man, I am a little bit sore, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, man, it's funny because 2 episodes ago, I don't know if you remember, we were snowed in together. And the last few days have been glorious.
Because you've been away.
Well, no, I've been here.
Not here. You haven't been here at the property.
No, I've been away from your house.
That's what I meant.
That's why it's glorious for you. No, but it's been beautiful outside. And so yesterday, my yard needed some work.
Yeah.
It was bad, really, really bad. And so I decided, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to get out. I'm going to do some yard work. And I was probably out there for a total of 8 hours. Not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I filled up, the large lawn bags. You know what I'm talking about? The big black ones.
50 gallon.
Yeah, 50-gallon ones.
Yeah.
I filled up 18 of them.
Dude.
Yeah, 18. And the thing is, they're not all leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's pine straw. Some of it's weeds. Actually, quite a bit of it's weeds.
Yeah.
We got this weird weed at our house, and I don't know if you get it around here, but it's a very
It really sounds like this is turning into a drug conversation.
not weeds. It's very surface level. Like you start pulling it up, and it comes up really, really easy. But it just like completely invasive.
Uh-huh.
So what I did was I contacted our friend Matt.
Right.
He's a chemist.
Right.
And believe it or not, he knows some stuff about stuff. And so I asked him, I'm like, look, what do I need to do here? Do you have any recommendations? And so he sent me some stuff. So if you need to know some things that you can put on your lawn.
He sent you some chemicals?
Yeah, some information on chemicals, not chemicals specifically. He had some, and I was like, dude, I got money. Like, I can go buy it. I'm not going to ask, give me your stuff,
Dude, if a chemist ever asked you,
do you want some chemicals? And
the answer is yes.
We're back to the weed conversation. So he sent me some stuff that said, look, it's going to specifically kill this, this, and this, and it's not going to kill your grass. So do this. So, and then he said something that was really interesting to me. And this is just stuff I don't know.
Uh-huh.
He said, if you're really on top of things, which most people aren't, in February, you put out a pre-emergent, and none of that crap will happen to begin with.
That's true.
And I just I don't know that much about this kind of stuff. I just know that, I use my Ratio smart sprinkler, so I don't use too much water. It's amazing.
Right.
And I mow when my grass gets tall. And do whatever Scott tells me to do.
The last time that we asked somebody about using chemicals in your lawn, you got scolded pretty harshly by an older gal.
Yeah.
So
and probably rightfully so.
Yeah.
But that being said,
I think any time that you get scolded, it's appropriate.
Yeah. I put the fertilizer out too early, y'all. That's all I did. I did it too early.
Yeah.
But apparently this stuff is good to put out now and kill off the dollar weed, which is really horrible in my house.
That dollar weed can get out of control.
It's bad.
So, let me tell you about, so we did an adventure on Saturday.
Oh.
No. Was it Friday? I don't remember.
Okay.
It's not important to the story.
Okay.
What we did is decided to clean one of the fence rows.
Oh.
Which was my least favorite chore when I was a child because I would be sent out to do it by myself.
Oh.
And told not to come inside until it was done.
I can't imagine your mom and dad telling you that.
Not really, mostly my mom.
Just the dad.
Just the dad.
Yeah.
So it's okay. He made me a man.
Yeah. Well,
Kind of. But
Debatable.
yeah, so I gathered the children's and I said, children's, gather around Papa. We're gonna tackle something rather difficult today.
Yeah.
It's going to be unpleasant.
Oh,
and
you even told them that.
But we're gonna make the most of it that we can, as much fun as we can, and at the end, when we're done, there will be a reward.
Oh,
so when I was a kid, like my dad would send me out there, I would have like a machete, some loppers, probably like some sort of saw, and then like a hatchet.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because around here we have the tallow trees, and they can grow really, really quick and get out of control like within like 6 months.
Yeah.
And so like if you're only cleaning the fence row once a year, you can have some pretty gnarly trees to deal with.
Yep.
So there's pluses and minuses with that. Sure. But that being said, I said, let's get after this fence row. Let's get it cleaned up. We're going to, like me and sister, we're going to cut, and the rest of you kids pick them up and haul them off to the fire pit.
Right.
So about 10 minutes in, I was like, this is going really slow.
Of course.
this is going to take all day just to do like one fence.
Yeah. Because part of it's like, I could do this a lot faster by myself, but I'm trying to teach them, trying to let them do it. Right. That's, I'm assuming.
Well, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know that it would have gone faster without them. Just from having somebody pick it up and move it for you.
That is helpful.
It's really, really helpful. And so like, it's not hard for them to do that either. But about 20 minutes into this process, I was like, this is for the birds. So I went in the garage and I got the new Ryobi,
the
reciprocating saw.
Oh man, smart.
Let me tell you, I burned through 3 batteries.
Worth it.
But I ate that fence row up.
Oh man. And honestly, 3 batteries is pretty impressive because it's impressive that it only took 3 batteries.
Like when I started doing it, I was like, I'm going to be switching out batteries all day long.
Yeah. I'm kind of okay with that.
And I was like, I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it was eating through them like nothing.
Right. Did you have to go through more than one blade?
No.
Even better.
Yeah. I mean, because most of them, like they're young trees. They're not, they're still pretty tender.
Yeah.
And so like those blades tend to eat them up pretty good. And you don't need like a super sharp one in order to get it done. But man, it made quick work of that.
Nice.
I mean, what would have taken us probably like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
We knocked it out in like 2 or 3.
Wow.
And I was like, even in the back of my head, I was like, even if this destroys this saw, which is technically still under warranty,
it would still be worth it.
It would so be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, just from the 2 hours I got back from my life.
Yep. And it's not just 2 hours, right? Like, way more emotional, like mental.
I didn't have to murder the children.
Exactly.
They all kept their limbs.
Yeah.
No one got burned in the fire.
Right.
From me intentionally trying to light them.
So the real question is, what was the reward?
Oh, Sonic Blast.
Oh, nice reward.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you... Okay.
I gave them the option. I was like, you can have money.
Okay.
Or a treat.
Okay.
And they chose treat.
That was poor choice on their part, probably. However, worked out well for them. Because here's the real question behind the real question. Yeah. Which one did they choose? Because... So I hit a goal the other day, and I rewarded myself with the new cookie dough Oreo Sonic Blast.
Yeah.
Did you try this?
No.
Oh, you made a mistake.
No.
It was like heaven. So good.
I saw your post on this.
Okay.
And my initial thought was, I need to teach Kevin how to celebrate better.
Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, but it was like this new thing. Yeah. And it was like the thing that I haven't had in so long. I
imagine it tasted pretty good.
I mean, this whenever you have deprived yourself of sugar for 2 months, and you have that,
right?
It could have been the worst thing in the world. I don't really know. All I know is that if it tasted fantastic in the moment.
Yeah.
So good. And, well, the dumb thing is like right across the street's marble slab, right?
Right.
Could have at least done that, right? But it was this new thing that was out. It was on the app for a limited time thing, and I was like, go in there and getting it.
Nice.
So it was fantastic.
So I actually didn't have anything.
Okay, good for you. Congratulations.
My daughter had cookie dough blast.
Not a bad choice.
My nephew had the M&M blast.
Oh, good one.
And my son's standard go-to is chocolate banana shake.
Oh, okay.
So he's a big fan of that.
Yeah.
It's got a little monkey in him.
Yeah, I know that's true. So we went a little bit different route. So my kids stayed out with me. I told you it was 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They probably stayed out with me 6 of those hours working and like helping me bag the leaves. And they were actually a lot more help than I thought they might be.
Mm-hmm.
And so my wife and I were having this conversation last night. It's like, okay, they're going to be asking, like they already know we're going to give them some allowance money, but how much? So my kids are 6 and 8, right? And I was like, well, I got a number in my head. She's I got a number in my head too. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. This is the great debate, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, back in, whenever I was young, I would have made like maybe $3 doing all of that, right?
Right.
But they worked hard. I mean, they're young to be doing that much work and really sticking with it. So I was like, okay, the number I've got in my head is $10. And my wife was like, I was thinking $10. She was like, okay, that's the first hurdle. That right there is the first hurdle. And so we went with $10 for each. Nice. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
So anyway, 6 hours of work. We're like, actually, it's a couple bucks an hour, a little less than that. Yeah. It's not horrible for a 6-year-old.
I mean, I think you should pay your children $15 an hour.
Well, you're wrong. So you're wrong. Dead wrong.
Half of America agrees with me, Kevin.
The other half of America is smart. So they're 6 and 8.
I didn't say it was smart. I just said they agreed with me.
Yeah. So anyway, lots of work was done, and my neighbors all thanked me.
Huh.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I had the worst yard in the neighborhood, and I'll tell you that come this summer, you're probably going to hear me say I've got one of the best yards in the neighborhood, because I really do. I mean, I don't overwater. I water the right amount because my awesome sprinkler thing, and I like doing yard work. It's not that big of a deal to me. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I'll have a really good place once the summer hits. But man,
it's a bunch of work, man.
Let it go.
So I tell you, on ours, it really wasn't like the thing that took the longest wasn't the cutting. It was the burning.
Oh, I bet.
3 days.
Oh my goodness.
It took me 3 days to burn all of it.
Jeez.
Like, and I'm not talking like I had a little fire and I put it out and then I came back later and I started another one. It burned for 3 days.
Good.
Like, it's probably still smoking right now.
So it's out in the pasture?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been out with you back there whenever we burned some big stuff. Some big stuff.
The time where you and I actually burned like a pretty big pile out there.
Yeah.
I put it on top of that old pile.
Oh, so it was still going a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But there were like cross timbers and all kinds of stuff out there. So it's a long story. It was a giant pile of railroad ties is what it was. Yeah. That
the guy that we bought it from just left there. And in between all that was like telephone poles.
Yeah.
And most of the telephone poles were rotten.
Right.
When I started the fire, I was like, there's one good telephone pole left. And I was like, I better pull it out of there. Like, if I ever needed something like that, I'd be really pissed off at myself that I just let it burn in the fire.
Yeah.
Because it's like a 20-foot pole.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap, and they're actually kind of hard to burn.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
They are hard to burn. And I know because I burned 3 of them. And they turn green. It's not regular ash. It's like a weird ash.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're not here to talk about any of that.
None of it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Something like more interesting.
I would hope so. So I made a purchase. Amazon
from a chemist.
Here. Yeah. No, not that one. Amazon here is telling me that I made a purchase almost 1 month ago today. It was on the 10th of February. And
so all that to say, we're not getting paid
to
talk about this product.
No, because I bought this with my money that I made myself.
All right, cool. So honest feedback.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
So we were in a problem situation at my house. And that was that I had bought a steam mop, I don't know, 10 years ago. And I loved that thing. it did great. We got hardwood floors, we got tile floors, and the steam mop did a pretty good job of cleaning. I've never, I don't know. I mean, I grew up with a regular mop. That's what we used at our house.
Right.
And it was fine. I just didn't really enjoy the process, and it was a hard work, a lot of times. So when someone introduced me to the steam mop, I was like, dude, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I've never used one.
Man, they're really great in a lot of ways. So what do you use?
A mop.
An actual, yeah. So that's hard work. It's a lot.
I don't mind a regular mop.
Okay.
I've used like one of those squeegee mops, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what you're talking about.
You got the mop that looks like a ragdoll hair.
Yeah.
And then you've got like these little squeegee looking mops. Looks like a sponge at the end or something with a rough end to kind of break up the stuff. And I don't find those to be as helpful as the other kind of mop.
Yeah.
I also like the bucket for the mop.
Oh, do you?
Where you squeeze the...
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. Now, back to the story. So we also had a Swiffer.
Okay.
Like a wet jet.
Right.
This was pre-steam mop.
Okay.
And they're just fine.
Swiffer is like a water bottle with a paper towel at the end, right?
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, the wet jets have like a solution that is better than just water. Right. But that being said, they're not great. And honestly, it's a lot of work. So I was kind of like, I had a friend who posted about this mop, and she said this: don't worry about it, just buy it. I don't even know what that means. Don't worry about what?
The statement seems pretty self-explanatory, Kevin.
Well, but don't worry about what? It. That was the whole point. Don't worry about it. So I went and did a little research because that's what I do. And the thing is, our steam mop broke like in half. The thing just broke. I don't know if like the plastic rotted or I don't know. It just
what are you doing to this mop, Kev?
I don't know, but it's gone. It broke. We could not mop our house.
Do you have corporal punishment in your household?
Not with a mop. And so that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. But I'm sure there's someone out there has used it.
If it works,
I guess. So rather than just
whip
going
the kid and then they mop their own tears up.
Oh man, you might be onto something here. So we could have gone out and just bought another steam mop because we liked it, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do some research on this thing, and let me tell you, it gets great reviews. And I thought, you know what, this is stupid expensive. I'm gonna buy it anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. She said, don't worry about it. Her name is Randy. She's a friend from high school. I'll give a shout out. She sold me on this without ever even seeing it. So here's the thing. They have a new model that is, so the brand is Tineco. It's Tineco, Tineco. They have a new model that is called the Floor 1 S3.
Floor 1 S3.
Floor 1 S3. This thing was very, very unavailable. What I mean by that is they kept selling out of it on Amazon.
Interesting.
And so you could buy it from third parties, but it was like the upcharge was ridiculous. And you're going to think I'm ridiculous anyway, because this mop,
I didn't need to hear this story.
The S3, the S3 without the upcharge of the third party on Amazon today is $399.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's crazy expensive. But whenever it was out of stock, they were charging like $560 plus for this thing. So you had to kind of get it within moments of whenever it came in stock. And like believe it or not, I did not even know this was a thing. There are websites and like Facebook groups that are dedicated to telling you when stuff comes in stock on Amazon so that you can get it immediately, which is crazy. But I was like, you know what? I don't know that I need the best and the brightest. So I got the second best model, which is their not their latest, but their second latest model. It's called the iFloor 3, and we're going to talk about it. But it was $299. I would put out there $299. It's currently how much it is now too. So it's very expensive. I am not discounting that at all. Neither is Amazon. It's very expensive. But let me tell you, whenever I use this thing and I'm like, this thing is awesome. And then my wife uses it and she goes, this thing is awesome. I was like, okay, I think we made a good purchase. So, do you want to hear about it?
Me?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, cool. Well, let me tell you about it. First of all,
So you told me about this before.
oh, I did.
So I put a post out and I was like,
Oh yeah,
I'd pay $300 for a mop if it,
yeah,
and that was the question. What would it have to do
yeah,
in order for me to pay $300 for a mop?
right.
And in my brain, I wasn't thinking oh, it's a steam mop or, it's just a mop.
Yeah,
What would it have? And pretty much the general response was, it would have to mop the house for me.
well, yeah,
So there you go.
it would. Now,
So I think you got some big hurdles to jump here, Kev.
yeah, and well, it doesn't. It's not a robot. I'll tell you that. Although we do have the robot, the Roborock. We really love the Roborock. It
Right.
does have a
Mop feature,
mop
right?
feature, and actually their newest iteration of that vacuum, it had the mop feature. It moves.
The bristles on it or whatever.
No. Like the mop function, which is it's basically like a pad, right?
Okay.
Microfiber type pad,
Right.
and that attaches to a reservoir of water, and it kind of dispenses water. And it really, what it does, it just kind of wipes the floor,
Right.
Which is not bad. I mean,
No.
it gets dust up and that kind of stuff, right?
It's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. But the newest ones on the Roborock, it moves,
Huh.
so it's giving you a little bit of a scrubbing
Little
action.
oscillating action.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. Okay.
That being said, this is not a robot, but
You still have to mop.
you do still have to mop.
You are present at time of mopping.
You have to be,
Okay.
yeah, which means it's not a robot.
So pretty much all our Facebook fans are just out.
Yeah, they're out, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
you can be completely out, and you can be justified in your outness.
Right. So, but okay. So, give us the reasons, why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one probably
Weave a tapestry of mopping, Kevin.
okay. So probably the thing that I love about it most,
Uh-huh.
and it's probably not its best feature, but the thing I love about it most is it's cordless.
Okay.
So this thing is almost more like a vacuum.
By this standard, I think you would love all mops.
No, well, regular mops. Does it have an engine in it? Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going here, Craig. But
So this thing generates some sort of energy.
yes,
Okay.
your mop generates no energy.
Well.
You generate the energy.
Okay.
So this thing, it's cordless, first of all.
All right.
That in and of itself is kind of a cool thing. We did a review, I don't remember what it was, on the Dyson, the cordless Dyson.
The vacuum thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing's awesome. I'm way more inclined to vacuum when it's cordless than if I gotta drag a cord around with me.
For sure.
I know that sounds ridiculous.
There is some nice technique to, holstering the cord, and you can get some missed out fire action.
Yeah, you can, but I mean, at the end of the day,
Take some skill.
it takes in time and frustration. You step on it because you're barefoot and you're like, that's horrible, right? It's like, I should have just stepped on Lego. It would have been equal.
Run over it. That was
Exactly. Yeah. So I love the fact that this thing is cordless, because what it does, for one of its, so probably it's one of its best features is its ability to clean up large problems. Okay, so think about it this way. If you have a mop, then its only way to work is if you plug it in, wait for it to heat up, and then it just kind of scratches the surface. It's not a great problem solver, right? It'll mop your floor if it's already clean, right? If you've already swept and already kind of got all the stuff up, then it's fine. But if you got a problem, like let's say your child dumps out a bowl of cereal, you got a problem, right? And what are you going to do? Like one of your best options is go get your shop vac, right? That's one of your best options. But that could take time. You got to go out to the garage. You got to plug it in, et cetera, et cetera. This thing can handle that problem because it's a vacuum and it's a mop all in one.
Huh.
Okay. So,
I'm going to bury the lead. I didn't know it was a vacuum.
hey, yeah, it's coming, man. I'm telling you all the cool stuff.
All right.
So it literally has a vacuum on the front end and it's got a bristle roller brush.
Okay.
Let's say it's a bristle. It's more like it's like a microfiber type pad brush that actually does the mopping. And so that function works very similar to what a regular vacuum would do with the oscillating bristles. But going ahead of it is a vacuum. So you do not have to sweep or vacuum or do anything before you actually mop the floor.
Okay.
Which is a huge plus. I mean, it's a time saver if nothing else, right? And if you do dump a bowl of milk, it's cordless. You don't have to plug it in, right? You just go grab it and you can mop it, suck it all up, all in one option. It is super quick as far as that goes.
So this cereal example you're giving is very specific. Have you spilled a bowl of cereal and tested this out with this?
I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. So yes, it's been spilled.
Lucky Charms? Is that, what are you talking about?
No, Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, okay.
Primarily.
So something with some heft.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, but
I want to make sure we're not, because we're talking about like Frosted Flakes. I mean, come on.
Those things just basically disintegrate anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
You're just sopping up goo.
Yeah. But also gross.
Yeah.
Still really gross. Although I do like Frosted Flakes.
Sorry, Tony.
They taste good. But so that's one of its really great features is like, even if it's like water that you drop, right? Like you spill water, you still have to like go get a towel or something. This thing can handle that problem for you. Okay. So basically, like I said, it's got a vacuum in one and a mop at the same time. Now, the other thing that this thing does really, really well is it cleans and it dries very quickly. I think a lot of mopping, like it takes a while for the floor to dry, right? This thing dries within moments, like seconds. It's dry. So it doesn't put down too much water, I guess, because it dries very, very quickly. But since it's got this oscillating brush on it, it does a really good job of cleaning the area that it's in because it's electric, right?
Right.
So that's a really cool feature as well. So it's not very loud, which I think is a huge plus whenever it comes to any type of electric thing that you're using in your house. But another thing that it does really, really cool is that it's self-cleaning.
Oh, like it cleans the inside.
It cleans, so it's got this roller brush on it, right? It cleans the roller brush. And then the docking station has a little spot on it that you just take the brush out after it cleans itself, stick it there, dries. You're good to go for the next time. So you're not having to like take this thing out, clean it, put it in the, you don't have to put it in the washing machine like you would in some microfiber type stuff. If you were using a steam mop like I used to use, it cleans itself, which is really awesome. So on top of that, it's got like this digital display on the top of it that tells you how much battery life it has. So typically a battery will last about 25 minutes in the one that I have, which for me, I can easily do my whole house in 25 minutes. And if I can't, I don't want to do it. Not all at once.
Yeah.
If you're mopping for 25 minutes, you're kind of done. You need a break. Right. So
you need a breather.
So it tells you, it has some indicators on that, like right as you're looking down at it, it's got a digital display It tells you battery life. It tells you what kind of power you're using. It's got regular and max. So you can, if you got a stain or something you need to really work on, it's got a max power. It tells you if you're on that mode or not on that mode. It tells you when you're, so it's got 2 different tanks on it. It's got a top tank that you put water and solution in. And then it's got a bottom tank that takes that whatever water you're using, and that's like the dirty water area. Okay. So if you suck up anything, that's where it goes. And also the water that it uses, that's one of the reasons it dries. It doesn't put all the water on the floor. It's also kind of, cleaning as it goes. So it tells you whenever either one of your bins are either empty or full. It tells you if you've got something tangled or caught up in your brush. Like there's some indicator things that you've got on your display so that you don't get into a bind, basically, which is kind of a cool feature.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I mop my floor fairly regularly, once a week at minimum. Lots of time it's more than that, just because I got kids, right?
Right.
So my floors are not the dirtiest. Whenever I mopped for the first time, and every time I mop, this is the case, the water is almost black. The dirty water is almost black. Like it gets up an insane amount of dirt and grime off of your floors. I'm blown away. I should take a picture and show you what the dirty tank looks like.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That would probably be a good video.
Yeah.
So here's the question.
Okay.
Is even after you've got all that black water, is it disinfected?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Which is why this week's sponsor, Living Safe at Home.
Man,
disinfecting.
These people are unbelievable. They can do whatever your mop can't. And this mop can do a lot.
This mop can do a lot.
Yeah.
It can't do that.
Nope.
So let me tell you guys, and I think we talked about this last week, but we had these guys in the studio. If you haven't listened to the episode, go back and find the episode with Chase and Matt. We break everything down. We talk about the whole business and how they operate and how they come into your home and all the different options that they have. Here was the game changer for us. They tested our doorknob to see how dirty it was. Because the doorknob is one of those things that,
it's a high touch area.
Yes, it's a high touch. It's sort of like your keys.
Yeah.
And they tested the doorknob. It was rather disgusting.
Yeah. The number was appalling. We'll put it there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not a really good analogy for that.
No.
So
no.
let's just say it was dirty.
I'll put it this way. The acceptable level that they try to get way under, and they always do, right? The acceptable level, it may have been 15 times worse than that.
Yeah.
Actually, 16 times worse.
I mean, if Kevin and I were going to contract a disease,
it would be in here.
It would probably be from that doorknob.
There's no doubt about it.
At least it would have been.
Yeah.
Till they treated it.
Yeah, and one treatment.
One treatment in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and they said ideally it's like a 30-minute deal for it to fully take hold, right?
Yeah, so they did it sooner just to show us the kind of results that they can get.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowing.
Yeah. It went from 1,600 to, wasn't it 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. The number was really bad, and then it was not really good. It was unbelievably good.
It pretty much makes me want to wear gloves everywhere I go now.
No doubt.
Because I know that they haven't disinfected everywhere.
No.
And so anyway, guys, you need to give them a call if you're concerned about your home not being disinfected. And it's a very scientific process. They have their own in-house equipment and processes, and they've done their research. They were doing this long before the pandemic, so they're really just in it to help people have a better, safer home environment. And so if you are interested in getting your home disinfected, definitely give them a call. You can reach them at 512-917-8654, or you can email them at info@livingsafeathome.com, or you can send them a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
And get set up with an appointment.
Yeah, it's really easy. They do a fantastic job. We could not recommend them highly enough. And here's the other cool thing. If you do, unfortunately, have a horrible situation of someone in your family get COVID, they will make you a priority and be at your house within hours
Yeah.
to come take care of your house, disinfect it to where other people are not being infected, because you got someone else in your house that is.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty amazing.
So great company. Give them a call, guys.
That's right.
So, all right, where are we at this mopping
just
situation?
a couple of other things.
Okay.
Because it's cordless, it's really easy to move around and it's pretty lightweight. Like this thing does not weigh very much at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're putting water in it and it still doesn't weigh that much. So it's nice, it's portable, it's ergonomic, it feels good in your hand, all of those sorts of things. Pretty awesome. And then it's got like this docking station. So the cool thing is you don't ever really have to plug it in ever, because it is got a docking station that is always plugged in. So you just set it on the docking station and it starts charging up, which is pretty awesome. So, a lot of things, like even our phones, I mean, many of them are wireless now, which is great. But if you don't have a wireless charging station, you got to drag a cord around with you.
Right.
That kind of stinks. So now that's the cool. I mean, let me tell you, this thing is awesome. I'm just going to put out there, I am not upset that I spent $300 on this thing. I would do it again.
So, but you purchased it off of Amazon.
I did.
Okay. Is it available other places? Like, can people actually go see this mop?
Now that I don't know. That's a good question. In fact,
He's doing the typey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look real quick.
Well, so while you're looking for that, I'm also curious. Does it come with any sort of warranty?
Yeah, it does. And I think I think it's a 1-year warranty that it comes with. But I'm looking here. Okay, claim 2-year warranty.
2-year warranty.
2-year warranty, which is actually, I mean, whenever it comes to stuff like this, like that's not a bad warranty.
That's not a bad, yeah.
And you can definitely pay, like Amazon has their own like extended warranty and other places do too. So I know that you can buy it off of their website, right?
Okay. Same price, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's the same price. But I do not see a place on their website anywhere that is showing me like go to these locations to find it.
So this isn't like a Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware.
Not at the moment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty high ticket item. I mean, like I imagine, as far as like mops go, I would imagine those stores would have a difficult time moving something like that. I mean, this seems more like a boutique kind of an item, than what some of those big box stores might be. I mean, even like a Walmart. I mean, like a $300 mop. I mean, that's just not going to be in their their wheelhouse.
And this isn't the most advanced model.
Right.
Their most advanced model is $400.
So do you know the difference between the two models?
Yeah, I do. And I was about to get to that. So there's a couple of really cool things that the other one, the newer model has. One of the things that it has is it has an automatic water flow and suction control.
Okay.
So what that means is when it senses that there's more stuff that it's picking up, it picks up power automatically.
Okay.
So both with the mop function and with the vacuum function.
Oh, so like if like we said, if it's not the Frosted Flakes, we got some Fruit Loops, got a little more heft to it. It's actually going to increase
automatically.
Okay.
So what I mentioned is there's a max function on the one that I've got. There is a max function on this one too, but if it detects that it needs more power, or if it's got a stain that it comes across, like it can sense that there's something on the floor.
Yeah.
It changes its power, which is pretty stinking amazing.
Yeah.
For something like this.
Now you're talking about the more advanced model than what you have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely does it a whole lot more efficiently.
And is it just the two models that they have?
No. They've got quite a few actually. So they've got the smart vacuums. They've got smart vacuums. They've got cordless vacuums. They've got wet dry vacuums. They've got hair dryers. They got a bunch of other. This Tineco brand has a bunch of other products. I've not really dived in, dove Dovin. It's Dovin. I've never dove into. It's great. If you're not a Brian Regan fan,
there's an English teacher out there somewhere that just wants to smack you with a newspaper.
You're a Brian Regan fan, aren't you?
Oh, huge, yeah.
I mean, that's one of his greatest bits. Like the goose. What's the plural of goose? Goosen. Anyway, it's a whole thing.
Moosin.
Yeah, it's so good.
Dude, he's got a new special coming out.
I know it's out.
Is it out already? Have you watched it?
I have not watched it because, and I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I know you are. So back to the mop. They do have other models. There's not. Whenever you go to their wet dry vacuums, which is what this is, the website only shows their newest one.
Okay.
But they have on their website, they've got the other models.
It's hidden below the fold.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So are these, because the way you're describing this, it actually sounds kind of like a commercial application, but are all their products for like home?
Yes.
Like these are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the S3, which I don't really know where they get their numbering and lettering from, but I don't really get that on a lot of products.
Yeah.
But it's
made up.
It's all made up.
Yeah. There's no rime or reason to it. I mean, like,
no.
Most
it's like
of the
whose
time.
line is it anyway?
Yes.
Right? Where the questions are made up and the points don't matter.
That's right.
It's like that. So the battery power on this one, it's a higher amp hour battery. So it's a 35-minute runtime, so a 25-minute runtime. So that's, could be helpful depending on the size of your house. It also comes with an extra roller brush. So
you swap them out? It's like a different kind?
No, it's the same one.
Okay.
But it's got two of them. So if you are doing, if you got a bigger house, it makes a lot of sense because, your brush gets dirty. And you can just switch it out, for a dry one, for a clean, fresh one if you want to. And this is another thing that makes it definitely sets it apart is there's app integration.
Okay.
So it does some things. It's got like you can preset some things on the app for a little bit more of an intelligent clean. The other thing it does is it monitors how like all of the systems. So if there's something that's clogged, if there's something needs cleaning, if there's something, whatever, it monitors that stuff for you. It tells you whenever you need maintenance done on it,
right?
Which is kind of cool. So it gives you maintenance reminders. Technical support is right there on the app. If you got any troubleshooting, it's right there as well. But yeah, it gives you real-time monitoring. It gives you updates and tells you how your performance is, like is it actually performing well, or is there something that needs to be done? Other operating information as well. So that's something that definitely sets it apart from the one that I've got. I got no app integration on mine. But honestly, like I'm like, do I really need that?
Yeah. Does the app really like enhance the mop?
I'm thinking it probably doesn't. I mean, it's another $100.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money for another icon on my phone. And you've seen my phone.
But yeah,
I got plenty of icons.
Dude, I don't know how you find anything on there.
There's a search function.
I think you have folders and folders and folders.
I do. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. So
nobody needs all that. You need to whittle it down.
Okay.
There needs to be an intervention.
There probably does. You're probably right. But what if I need it?
No one needs that. 5 apps, maybe.
5.
That would be a fun game.
What were your 5 favorite apps?
No, just make people choose 5.
That would be hard.
No.
Yeah, it would be.
You don't need all of them anyway.
You're probably right. So,
I mean, all you really got to do is just like at the end of the week, hey, what did my productivity look like? What do I actually use? There you go. It's probably 5.
Probably. I use a lot of apps though. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
but that's just me. At the end of the day, this mop is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy it again. Not ashamed. Not upset. I would buy it again. And the fact that my wife was like, whenever I mentioned it to her, she was like, okay. And I was like, who are you?
That's
like
right.
Of the 2 that are penny pinchers, it's not me.
Uh-huh.
She's the penny pincher.
Uh-huh.
And whenever she got it and she used it, she was like, yep, Totally worth it. I think the cordless did it. Like
The cordless bit?
I think that was half of it for her.
Well, so you previously had a steam mop.
Yeah.
And I imagine that one was not cordless.
It was not.
Okay. Was that like a big bulky thing?
No, it really actually wasn't. It wasn't bulky.
Because you say that to me and I think of like a carpet steamer.
No. No, this was so it had a head on it that, I mean, the mop function was probably like it was a triangle.
Okay.
It was maybe 12 inches across the bottom, and then I don't know, 8 inches tapered up to the top, maybe 10. So it was a decent size, brush pat head.
Right.
And then up from that was the main neck of the thing, and it had a reservoir for water in it and a handle. So it wasn't really big.
Okay.
But I mean, you could in my house, I would have to typically replace the microfiber pad on it 2 or 3 times just because it got dirty. As you were mopping, it would get dirty. And I mean, that's a pain. Just, you have to stop. You have to do that. You got to wait for it to heat the water up. And in order for the steam to be produced.
Sure.
And, got to drag a cord around, which, that it's frustrating. I know that seems dumb, but like if you're dragging a cord around for a mop, like sometimes there's just places you need to put a mop that's like a cord just gets in the way, or maybe the cord isn't long enough. Right.
Right. And
so anyway, it was fine. We lived with it for a long time. We liked it, but when we found out cordless option, we're like, okay, that sounds great. So then the function of it is really awesome.
What'd you do with the old one?
I threw it in the trash.
You threw it in the trash?
Yes. It was broken.
Oh, that's right. You said you whipped your kids with it and it broke in half.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, I kept the microfiber pads, though. You never know.
Just to let the kids know.
Yeah. Hey, that's just a scare tactic. Don't make me get this thing out.
That's right. It's still lingering around here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. It's in their brain. But yeah, so it was toast.
All right.
For sure.
So how long did you go without a good steam?
I bet we went 3 weeks. And for us, that's a long time. We did kind of, get by with the Swiffer like twice.
Okay.
But it was time to get something for sure. And what I really needed was Tanya.
Well, that's what I do.
That's what I need.
I mean, right after you guys left, I was like, Tanya, the Hackett's just left.
Yeah.
I need an immediate.
Oh yeah. You needed the Living Safe at Home people to come in and disinfect. That's what you needed. But they were snowed in too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
she got here as quick as she could.
I'm sure
it was fine.
Yeah. All good.
So we roughed it.
I know you did.
I didn't clean still. I mean, I wasn't not gonna do her job for her.
No.
So
that's what you pay her for.
Yeah.
So
and she's probably coming on the show again soon.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready.
Prayers for you, Tanya. We're hoping you get healthy.
Man.
So that's actually a good segue because we have a really cool episode coming up next week.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it.
This is we're going international.
Yeah.
So
this will be our first international guest.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So, I mean, we've had plenty of international listeners.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone out there.
That's right.
So, mostly Switzerland.
Mostly.
And we've Australia's been coming on strong here lately. Mm-hmm. But
I need to know where the Canadians are at.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up with you?
Well, I think, I'm not sure. I think the people that divvy up the numbers for these statistics, I think they include Canada in North America.
Oh.
For the statistics.
Well, we love you, Canada.
Everywhere else, they break it out by country. So, like, we can see, like, when England and Germany and Switzerland, and, like, all those places.
But Canada's, like, its own place. Forget you individual states within Canada.
Yeah.
Provinces, what are they? I don't even know.
I mean,
I'm showing my ignorance.
It's just another shaft at Canada.
Shut up, Kevin. we love you. We just don't respect you, apparently.
Enough to learn anything about you.
All I know is, like, you got some really pretty country up there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I would love to go visit.
So, our buddy Christian keeps threatening to take me if he can never get out of international quarantine.
I've been into Canada. Yeah, right. I've been into Canada, but it was one of those places that Canadians really don't claim.
Oh, okay.
It was Windsor.
Is that like just
It's on the other side of like Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
like it's Windsor. It's right there. But Canadians are even like, yeah, you're just here because you wanted to step foot on Canadian soil. That's the other reason you came here. So
you came over here to pee, didn't you?
Yep, exactly. I made my mark. Quite literally. But yeah, so next week we're gonna have a cooking expert.
Yeah.
And
An international cooking expert.
Germany.
So we'll see how that goes.
Well, it'll be interesting. She is excited. We're excited. It's
Yeah.
going to be a late night one like this one is.
Well, it'll be late night for us, but early morning for her.
Yep, that's right.
So
But yeah,
we'll make it work. It'll be great.
Yes, we will.
So anything
cool.
else? Any other mopping facts?
Oh man, we could probably go on, but at the end of the day, down in the show notes, we're going to put a link to the website and to the Amazon link to go check it out. I'm telling you, if you need a new mop and you want something that's cordless, you want something that is really going to work, it's going to make your life easier, I would highly recommend this thing. So check it out. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for taking the time to download today's episode. And if you have not already, please go over to iTunes. It will not take you long to go over there, leave us a rating and a review. It would really, really help us. If you want to help us, that's one of the best ways you can do it. Yeah, we're glad you're here.